everyone. Today we are rail fanning in Wyoming, and here comes a train. It's gonna be exciting. And then as soon as it goes by, we're gonna go check out. There's a culvert pipe right there. That might be interesting too. And there's some cows over there. That's a whole lot of coal. As far as the eye can see, coal. Now let's go for a short little walk and see this culvert pipe. Gotta be careful looking out for rattlesnakes. Treading pretty carefully. Very uneven ground here from water trickling in the ditch. Are we gonna find any water down here? Probably not. Most of the culverts out in these areas are dried up during the summer months and not flowing. There is some water in here. I just saw some creature jump. Oh, there's frogs in this culvert. Lots of frogs hopping and deer tracks. It looks like deer sometimes use this to get under here. So this is a culvert just used by this farm. And there's another culvert there going underneath the highway. That's a whole lot of coal going by. It's kind of nice right here walking in this ditch. Looks like a lot of deer do the same. Got a giant drop right here. Seeing what's the best way to go through here. I think I'm gonna jump it. I jumped. It's a lot cooler down here in the ditch. It's a pretty warm day. Culvert's a lot bigger than I thought it was. That other one back there's probably the same, just filled in with a lot of silt. Ah, that's nice. How it's all bolted together. Perfect. And that's the end of the train. And right here is that gap where I showed the culvert entering underneath the roadway. That's a sharp drop. See if there's a good way down. Anything in there? A lot of cold air coming out of here. That's one long one. Can't even see the end of it. It seems like all the culverts out of my area seem to not have clogging problems. The rest of the country does such great maintenance, and beavers are pretty rare out here. I've only seen them in a couple very isolated places. That's why the culvert's so long. It goes underneath this road and the highway in one big shot. All right, everyone, only about a half a mile down the road and we spot another train approaching, going in the same direction. This time we just crossed over these railroad tracks. Maybe we can get a better angle without the sun bothering us. Take a look way across the highway and the main road. Lots of cows over there. And there's a dried up river right here underneath these bridges. Beautiful area. Sometime I gotta check it out when this is all bright green in the spring, or after the spring thaw, when all these things are actually flash flooding. Here comes another train. Looks to be going pretty smooth, but it should be here in the next few minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and quickly set up. All right, everyone, here comes the train. Right down here, should be here in a minute. All right, everyone, we're gonna have to wait a little while. They're doing a crew swap at the moment. All right, everyone, the headlight's back on. That was a quick crew swap, and they're on their way again. They just went honk honk. It's gonna take a few minutes to get that train moving again. It's got a lot of cars on it. Let's see if it's more coal or not. Train's getting close. Another giant coal train. This area has the most flying grasshoppers I've ever seen. The entire front of the vehicle, you can't even read the license plate. So many squished grasshoppers flying across the road. Horrible on the windshield too. A lot of grasshoppers out here. Just walking through these fields, you can get thousands of them moving out of your way. You hear that noise occasionally. There's little bits of coal falling out. Oh, wow. Here comes the end of the train. But if you look way down there, there's another train following it. A third one. Here comes another train down there. Should be here momentarily. Alright everyone, this train did the same thing, shut its headlights off for a brief couple minutes, possibly doing a crew swap or just doing checks, making sure that the air pressure and everything's fine before they continue. So these trains, they're spacing them all probably within 10 minutes apart. So this one should be coming down here very quickly. Really dusty over on that road. That one dump truck made the whole area it blew so far away. I'm used to seeing very dusty traffic like that, but I've never seen it go this far. Usually it just disappears seemingly into the trees. It looks like that train finally started hauling again. You can see it puffing smoke out the top. It looks like this train might be on the other track. It's gaining speed fast. This one got a CSX train leading. A lot more coal. So this one's on the far track. Maybe it was letting those other ones pass. This train looks a bit longer than the other ones. All right, everyone, that was a lot of fun. This area also has a ton of these oil wells scattering the landscape. Kind of cool to see them working. Got all the storage tanks in the background to be taken away by trucks or trains. Alright everyone, we just backtracked because there's a whole ton, dozens and dozens of BNSF vintage locomotives here. It looks like a lot of them are still in use, but I want to show them to you. And there's also a train we're going to try to catch up with that just went by in the opposite direction. So everyone, here are a whole bunch of coal hoppers. They do not appear to be full yet. It looks like they're going to be going the opposite direction to wherever those other trains came from earlier. And then they'll be shipped back out east, full. Behind these, in just a moment, you're going to start to see a giant line of locomotives. Some of them looking brand new, some of them looking very old. The fonts and text on the trains just looks really old. It's cool to see. You never see this stuff. And where I'm from, you never even see a BNSF train. So this is pretty interesting. We only see the CSX ones. There's a cool culvert filled with water, probably a lot of frogs like we saw earlier. And if you look between the train cars, you can see the giant line of locomotives. Right now, this is Rosette, Wyoming, and we're very high elevation. That's why you don't see many trees, and what you do see are very scraggly. Over 4,200 feet above sea level. The good thing is on this road, it's so rural, the speed limit is 70. So I think we are going to catch up with that train that we passed just a little while ago. Yes, we did. We already caught up with it. There it is moving. We're moving faster than it. Is it going to stop in the yard? Maybe, maybe not. It's empty. Bringing all these cars back to where they were filled. To be filled up again, brought east, and probably burned in a coal-burning power plant. We're about to catch up right now with a giant line of locomotives. If you notice right here, scattered along the tracks, there's a whole bunch of white propane tanks. That is to fuel the propane heaters on all the switches so they don't freeze up during the winter time. This area gets pretty cold with the average winter day being 10 degrees. Pretty cold. And here we are, the line of locomotives. Some of them look pretty new, some of them look pretty rusty. Some of them aren't even the color of the modern trains, which is really cool to see. There's even some green ones coming up. I'm making sure to record this in higher quality if anyone wants to pause and look at some of these awesome locomotives. Right now, looking out the windshield, farther than the eye can see, literally, this line of train goes. It goes up and down below the hill we're about to go over. This is the Donkey Creek train yard in Wyoming. Hopefully we can catch up and even see that locomotive that's pulling all these cars. These cars and this train is absolutely huge. All these coal trains we've been seeing all day are huge. Miles, miles long. Alright, it looks like we can see it. And it may have stopped in the yard here. Probably to do a check. Alright, we've reached the end of the locomotive sitting on the track being stored. Yes, that train did stop back there completely. Here's another train that's in the siding. Maybe that's where it's getting the coal. Maybe it's going in there for service. There is a garage there with a train sitting in it. Here's a lot more track switch warmers. Yep, those coal hoppers just go forever. And it's wrapping underneath us. We're going right over it. Yep. It just went away from the main line. Looking out the other side, that train goes as far as the eye can see. I can't see the other end of that train either. Wow, look at this. Only a couple minutes down the road, there's another giant train full of coal waiting to be shipped out east. And it looks like we're coming up upon the area where they're filling it up. All right now we're approaching some kind of factory, maybe a power plant, maybe where they're filling up these trains. It's something. I'll tell you once I get up here and start reading some signs. I'm guessing it's a power plant. There's a whole bunch of giant power lines heading towards it. Here's a coal burning power plant. Some of them just unload here. It's interesting driving by all this. Alright everyone, this might actually be a pretty fun night for maybe doing a little rail fanning once it gets dark. We're actually staying up here at a cheap motel that's right next to the train tracks, amazingly. Didn't even know the train tracks would be here. That might be fun for later on tonight. When we're out on these trips, we'll stop at a motel occasionally, like once a week, just to clean up when we get absolutely filthy and can't just keep washing up in bathrooms of Walmarts that we sleep at. Anyways, everyone, I hope today's video was interesting. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Horrible. Union Pacific, Illinois. what's coming out of this truck, but it's kind of cool. It's making an awful mess of the windshield though. It's all slimy, gross. To me it looks like pieces of shredded corn. Dump truck needs to cover their load. Yeah, it has the mechanism to do so, and they didn't do it. Look at this mess of a windshield.